Yeah, yeah, we back once again. It's April 11th, 6:34 in the morning. Y'all know what it is, right? Let me get right. Let me get right before I come on here and show y'all. All right, you already know what it is. CB, aka Rude Educator. And I just got off work. And this is the I Just Got Off Work show. Play on the intro, man. Play on the intro. More lag than usual. Alright. Alright, there in the intro. Intro. Lagging. It's Monday morning. I just got off work, working a 12-hour shift. So I'm a little tired. I still got things on my mind though, so that's what I'm here to talk about. The things that's on my mind. I keep waiting to hear from, I mean, pretty much anybody. I I, I take comments, emails, tweets, whatever you got, DMs, send them to me. You know what I'm saying? So we can by on there like take all you really not really. No, let's get for collaboration. Look for some collaboration from people that know what they want, or at least have an idea what they want, but not so much an idea how to get there. We're gonna work that out together. It's about 6:36. I'm up in here. Like I said, you can hit me up on Instagram. You can hit me up on Twitter. Shoot me an email, therudeeducator@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. We're going to talk about a couple of things this morning, and then I'm out because today is my lovely wife's birthday. It's April 11th. So we're going to celebrate. Uh, say happy birthday in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up in the comments. This is my idea of reaching out to people. I know my reach out game needs much work, but the idea is that I'm putting it all on the table, and if you're picking up what I'm putting down, then we good to go. And then if not, you know what I'm saying. If you're not messing with it, if you ain't with the whole thing, then we're gonna keep pushing anyway. It ain't necessary to have everybody. It's just this is just for the people that trying to be with it. And so if you're trying to be with it, hit me up. Instagram, Twitter, Gmail. Leave a comment on the video. You know, we in here. Some things that came to my attention last night as I was on the grind. One of the main things, and I don't think I talked about this yesterday, but it was already out yesterday. I might have forgot to talk about it because I'm really, you know, overwhelmed with all the Will Smith talk for the last few weeks or whatever it's been. It been 2 weeks now? Whatever. Banned from the Academy Awards for 10 years. And then, where's he at? This dude saying, this is Harry Lennox, by the way. You may recognize him from such films as The Five Heartbeats. He was also in the Matrix sequels. Not the latest Matrix sequel, I don't think. No, he wasn't in it. Jada Pinkett was in it. Jada Pinkett Smith was in it, but not this guy. I can't even remember what his character's name was on the Matrix, but he was a bit of an asshole. And then he also played an asshole, more or less, on Man of Steel. But his name is Harry Lennox, and he's the guy that said that Mr. Smith needs to give back his Academy Award, which is kind of, you know, pompous of him to say, because if the Academy wanted him to give the award back, why would they give it to him? They literally gave him the award right after he smacked the dude. You know what I'm saying? Right after he smacked the man, my man. And now this dude is only talking about something he needs to give it back to restore honor to the achievement. Get the fuck out of here. He ain't giving no Academy Award back. That's ridiculous. Like I said, if they didn't want to give it to him, they had plenty of time to pivot and do something else before they gave that man that award, and they still gave it to him. So they honored the system that they had set up, and the system, I mean, it was already in play. They had already decided by that night who was going to win the award, so why would they change it? It's just silly. Whole ordeal's turned kind of silly just because, you know, Americans, we know how to, first of all, we know how to beat a dead horse. And then on top of that, we just ridiculous with our thoughts these days. Like, our thoughts, I mean, look at me. I'm on this dang on video live stream talking about pretty much next to nothing, if you think about it. Now, we working to improve that, but my point is that everybody has a voice these days. So you get a lot of jumbled up transmission. You get a whole lot of noise. You got to sift through the noise to get to what's important. Yeah, you know. So it's plenty of information out there. You got to be discerning on what kind of information you take in. You got to be discerning on, is what this person or entity is saying to me even logical? One thing came up last night. If you haven't heard yet, you probably soon will hear that Solange's son is having a baby, or has a baby on the way, or however that works. When you're a young man that got a young woman pregnant, I assume she's a young woman. Maybe she's an older woman. I don't know. But when the rumors first started hitting the Twitter sphere, it was the shocking statement was Beyonce is going to be a grand aunt, is the word that was used. Now, see, me, I had a problem with that. I took up issue with the use of that term, grand aunt, because when I was a kid, I was told to refer to my grandparents' siblings as great aunt or great uncle. So to hear that people have been using the term grand aunt and grand uncle all these years came to it came as a shock to me. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit disturbed that people were using this term that I was told was not valid. But upon further research, it was discovered that genealogists actually prefer people use the grand aunt and grand uncle, grandniece, and grandnephew terms because it cuts down on confusion. Which I've always thought of, why is it like that? And turns out it's not. So I want to send a shout out to my parents who I think my mom watches, she at least logs on and pushes play on the video. Gotta get those views up, Mom. Appreciate you. But I don't appreciate you guiding me wrong on that one. Or maybe I had the whole thing messed up in my head all these years. But in fact, I don't even think it was my parents that told me that. I think it was actually my great aunt that did tell me that. My grandmother's sister-in-law, which is still my dad's aunt, which makes her my great aunt or grand aunt, or however you want to look at it. But that whole ordeal came as a bit of a shock to me today, this morning, as I'm just scrolling Twitter, making comments, and seeing people use it like willy-nilly. I was disturbed. I really was. And then when I got corrected, you know what I said? I said, well, the apologies in my eulogy. In other words, sorry, I'm not sorry. I was raised the way I was raised, and it still kind of threw me off. And I spoke on that. So if I offended anybody or if I made anybody feel like I was less than intelligence, then oh well. Next time, maybe. Anyway, it is about. Let me look at my watch. It's about 6:40. Let me look at my phone. 6:46 a.m. on this beautiful Monday morning. It is so beautiful outside right now. The weather is finally getting to that springtime niche which is why spring is like, spring and fall are both, my favorite seasons. I don't like the extreme weather of winter and summer. And it does get extreme here in the Midwest. In the wintertime, you get some of the coldest days. And in the summertime, you get some of the hottest days. And the spring and the fall find that happy medium. And we're finally getting out of the winter time frost into that springtime mild temps that I love. I can go outside in a t-shirt, but I don't have to worry about sweating. I can wear the flyers, because the flyers gear is like, full length pants, the t-shirt, yes or no, but if you do have a t-shirt on, you gotta layer that up with a jacket, a zip down jacket preferably, or you go with the hoodie. Now you can't wear zip down or zip up jackets when it's 80 something degrees outside. Matter of fact, when it's above 85, you probably need a tank top on. Because if you're out here with any kind of sleeves, your shoulders are sweating. At least my shoulders sweat. I'm over 300 pounds. That's part of the deal. But in the springtime, when that temp is barely 70. Oh, it's game on. It's game on in the fall, even when that temperature starts to go back down. And now, oh my God, I need to put a jacket on again. Yes, I'm one of those people. So don't try to have me out in the summertime doing stuff. It's too hot, unless it's short and tank tops appropriate. Like we going down to the pool, we going to the beach, something like that. I'm all with it. Don't be asking me to go out and do stuff when it's 80 something degrees outside. The answer's gonna be no, it's too hot. I'm gonna stay in under this AC, and I'm gonna find something cooler to do. The wintertime, even though you must get out at some point, I'm not doing a whole lot of gallivanting in the wintertime either. Not that it's too cold, but the fact that it's cold and that makes me feel uncomfortable. And the fashion side of it is, yeah, get to add a couple of more layers. Show off the scarf, show off the boots. But is it worth that to go out in that element? And let's not even talk about the way these people drive in the wintertime. Not me. I'm fine. It's the other people that's driving or acting like they can't drive when it's snowing outside or when it's a little bit of ice outside. Yes, be careful, but you got to go. We got places to be. Ain't nobody got time for you to be being that careful. Stay your ass at home. Anyway, I think I ranted enough about that. Point is, it's a beautiful day. Make sure you go out and enjoy it if you can. And if you can't, if you're going to be locked up in the office or cubicle or anything like that today, take a break. Go outside. Enjoy some of this fine weather that we're having. Don't know how long it might last. The seasons keep getting shorter and shorter. They keep chopping and screwing the seasons. You don't know what you might get when you walk outside. But today is looking good, so let's get out there. It is 6:51 in the morning. We on WETF with the I Just Got Off Work show. I'm your host CB, aka the Rude Educator. You can hit me up on Instagram. You can hit me up on Twitter. Send me an email, therudeeducator@gmail.com. I will get back with you as soon as I get it because I want to holler at you so bad. I want to hear what you got to say. I want to hear what you're thinking about. All of these things are important to the progress of this project, which is WETF. We are really trying to blow up as many entrepreneurs as possible, as many dreamers as possible. If you got a dream, if you got an idea, if you got a vision, let's develop it together. Let's get together and develop whatever you got going on because the synergy is real. Us working together for one common cause or for one common idea. That is the point here. So let it happen. Let's come together. So the main thing I wanted to talk about this morning, the main reason that I even decided that I was going to get on, because I already told y'all that I probably wasn't going to be doing a whole lot of streams this week. I want to work on some of the technical aspects of what I'm doing here, and make some improvements. But I had to get on this morning. First of all, I did just get off work, and yes, I'm on vacation this week, but this is the I just got off work show. Since I just got off work, I felt like I need to come and holler at y'all. But this is this is what I want to talk about. The Lakers have already leaked that they are firing Frank Vogel as head coach. I even saw some things about Rajon Rondo being considered as an assistant, Juwan Howard being considered if he decides or if Michigan decides to let him go, which he made it to the Elite Eight. So was it the Elite Eight or the Sweet 16? I don't know, whichever one it was. He did an excellent job of coaching this year. So if they, I mean, another slapping incident. Hey man, and again, I apologize if I seem scatterbrained all over the place or whatever. That's the whole point, though. You getting these thoughts as they come to my head, but did being locked up in quarantine make slapping people more of an option? Do you feel like people been apart for so long, now they getting together and they just fed up? That's how I feel about it. I feel like people more fed up than they have been. You know, the economy sucks, gas prices high, people walking around with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and slapping somebody just makes more sense than it did before. I mean, it made sense before, but people were, for whatever reason, hesitant to put their hands on a person. People are less hesitant right now. I mean, I didn't mean to talk about, the Oscar slap, as they calling it, and then go into basketball and then end up talking about slapping again. But it just made me think. Talk about Juwan Howard made me think about his slapping incident. So that's a question that I gotta ask. Are people more likely to slap the shit out you right now? I mean, Redman even made a song about it. One of my wife's favorite songs, Slap the Shit Out You. If you don't know it, look it up. I'm just saying, I feel like maybe that's part of the reason that's two slapping incidents. That's two more slapping incidents that have been in the news in recent history that I can recall. So if I'm wrong, let me know. If people been out here smacking people for a minute and it's just been going unreported, let me know that. But I feel like that, at least aware slappage, conscious slappage is on the rise right now. Let me know what you think. Hit me up. But yeah, to get back to the Lakers situation, Frank Vogel, that news was leaked kind of early, if you ask me. I think they may have just got done playing the game, or they were almost not even done playing the game when that news leaked. And of course, it was done on purpose. Like, they couldn't wait to have him pack his stuff up and get up out of there. But as the brothers on Inside the NBA was saying last night, it really not Frank Vogel's fault that the team performed the way it did this year. I mean, there's a lot of people that might like to think that because some of their favorite players underperformed. And you can't even really say that about LeBron James at all, because obviously he's getting numbers. But does getting numbers translate into leadership on the squad? If your team is still losing, do your numbers even mean what they should mean in the contribution to the team's success? Like, in some instances, it's better to not play or to not put up those numbers if you can contribute to your team's success. And that may be the flaw in what that team was trying to do. That team was that team was destined to fail when you look at the leadership that was put in place. There was none. Um, LeBron James, he's more of a captain of a team. I think he wants to have a leadership role, and he should be able to have a leadership role, especially in this point of his career. But I think for you to be an effective leader on a ball squad like that, you have to do more than just play well. You have to connect with your players on a personal level. And I think that's hard for him to get. It's hard for him to get those connections with his teammates because they've seen what he's done in the past by sending cats off. You know, he got rid of all the players that he got rid of when he first came to the Lakers. Then they won a championship, and he got rid of some more guys. You know, Kuzma out of there. It's not really a good feeling when you know that your teammate could be the reason why you on a team next year or you not on the team next year. So it's hard for people to connect with somebody that they know has that kind of power over them. It's never going to be an authentic connection. It's always going to be based off of fear. And I don't think you can lead a team to success using fear as a motivator. Especially with the kind of guys that you're trying to do that. You got AD. He's not going to respond well in that type of environment, and he didn't. Westbrook, again, same kind of personalities, really. When you think about Westbrook and you think about AD, they have their spotlight moments, but they not really spotlight guys so far as talking to the media and being on the commercials all the time. That's LeBron's job. They like to play the game of basketball, and especially Westbrook, he likes to play the game of basketball in a way that allows him to do multiple things at any kind of point. He's a consistent triple threat when you let him play his game. Trying to bring him in and put him into this system and telling him we need you to do this, that, or the other, well, that throws him off because he's not able to be free. He's trying to work within the system, and it doesn't, it's not effective. AD is similar in the fact that, and a lot of these guys are, especially, so when you dominate on multiple levels, when you dominate in high school and then college, and then you still dominate when you become a professional, there is no deference for you. You don't defer to anybody. So bringing AD in under LeBron, it made the thought there may have been LeBron can take it easy, AD can take over. But what actually happened was LeBron pressing AD. AD feels uncomfortable. And then what they bring Westbrook in, and then you got a whole situation. Got Carmelo, Dwight Howard, those type guys. They may be more accepting of a role only because they're not in the prime of their careers anymore, especially Carmelo. Carmelo is kind of like Carmelo's role on the Lakers this year was basically to be a spot up shooter. They didn't ask him to go get rebounds. They didn't ask him, to do much else except, hey, when we kick it out to you, shoot it, and be successful with that. So again, another piece of the puzzle that you know it it works if you got everything else clicking, but then when you don't, everybody kind of looking around at each other like, now what? And I know everybody's tired of talking about the Lakers, and I promise this is the last time this year that I will bring them up. But it's like a train wreck. It's like we've been watching a train wreck all season, and it's finally come to this. Now, before I got on here, I don't think they had released the official statement yet about Vogel, but somebody even said, like, for them to leak that before they even gave him the news is kind of like, wow, And I don't know what it's like to find out that I'm fired through social media. That's got to be a very uncomfortable situation because you still got to go back in the office and actually get fired after you hear that. You can't just like say, oh, okay, I heard I was fired, so fuck y'all. You got to go back in the office and act like you ain't heard nothing. And then let them tell you, yeah, we let you go. Incredible. I think that everything is just more and more insensitive these days because, we avoid contact with each other by doing other things. We just avoid the actual contact and turn around and do something else. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. We'll see what kind of coach they get next. We'll see what happens to this team as the summer months march on. It's it's like the Lakers have been a train wreck this year, and everybody's trying to figure it out. Everybody's trying to figure out what went wrong, and I imagine that firing Frank Vogel was like the first thing. Okay, first let's obviously get rid of the coach. And I mean, the way that he would be crazy not to have had guarantees in his contract, so he'll be fine. It's never about the money really at that point because they got plenty of money. That's really irrelevant. But the question is, where does he go from here? Can he get a job with another team? I think he will. I don't think people that really, follow the situation, not blaming Frank Vogel for what went wrong. They blaming other aspects of it. Like the inside the NBA guys was blaming the age of the team, But I think it's really comes down to chemistry more so than anything else. And then on top of that, these young boys not scared of LeBron no more. They've watched. It's just like when Allen Iverson came into the league and went up against Jordan. Like, yeah, I know you the greatest. I grew up watching you, but I also know how good I am. And I've been dying for this opportunity to see if I can go up against my childhood hero and put it on him. That was Allen Iverson's attitude, and I'm sure just with the overall attitude of this next generation coming up, that a lot of them were having that attitude when it came to LeBron. I'm like a good what? I'm a good 7 years older than LeBron James. So, I mean, yeah, he's in my generation technically, but he like young. You know what I'm saying? Compared to me, uh, these young guys that's coming up now, these kids, as I can call them, because I got kids they age, but these kids, they got a different kind of attitude. I mean, yeah, I know about what he did, 10, 15 years ago, but I don't care because I'm here now, and I'm pretty damn good myself. So check me out, watch what I do, and if you can, keep up, because I'm going for a million or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the difference from this year, from the year that they won in the bubble, because they saw that they've been watching LeBron and they're like, you know what, I'm dope too, and I'm about to come in here and I'm about to show you how dope I am. Look at Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and what they were able to do once they got stuff together in Boston. Look at how well Joel Embiid is playing now compared to a few years ago when they first drafted him and trying to figure out what the hell is Philly doing anyway. Uh, and of course, you got Durant who's been there. You know what I'm saying? You got Kyrie Irving who decided that he didn't want to play with LeBron at one point. He wanted to go off and prove he could do it on his own. That didn't work out. So now he had to get back with another talented guy, with Kevin Durant, and they trying to work it out. The situation with Harden didn't work out, and I don't think that they're really considering Ben Simmons to be like the third in their big three. I think they just deciding to do what they got to do to win, and kind of hoping for the best, because they do have some other pieces out there in Brooklyn, and the fact that they got a couple of pieces that they can pull together and get a solid team going. That's gonna definitely help them if they can get into the playoffs from the play-in game and really attacking that first, second round. But we'll see. And I ain't even started talking about the West Coast teams yet, because that's a whole another kitty caboodle out there. I think the Western Conference is all about desire. And I did speak on that. Nobody has the desire to win that championship more than the Phoenix Suns do. I think the Warriors want to win, but they don't want to win as much as Phoenix does. And everybody else is kind of pretending, if you ask me. I mean, Denver, they're pretending. They would love to win a championship, but they know that they don't have the people around Jokic to do so this year. Maybe next year when they get everybody back healthy, they may have a better chance, but this year, probably not going to happen. Memphis has the desire to win, but I don't think that they had the same desire that Phoenix that has, because they didn't get as far as Phoenix did. You got to remember that motivation is partially your regrets pushing you forward to get more than you got last time. And since Memphis didn't get what Phoenix got last time. They not as hungry as Phoenix is because Phoenix is unbelievably hungry. Memphis wants to beat whoever they go up against, which is not a bad attitude to have. But Phoenix is like, we are whooping whoever we go up against. That's their attitude, and I love to see it. Love to see it. Again, Warriors, they want to win, but they've been there way too often to try to fool themselves into thinking that they're gonna be able to do it without their young core coming up. Uh, Draymond, Steph, and Clay know how to get it done. Iguodala, he in there too, but that squad is young on the other end. You know what I mean? Like Poole and Lee and all those young guys they got. Kaminga, um, they follow in the lead, but you can't show someone how to have desire. So that's gonna be the challenge for them. The challenge for the Warriors is for the vets to get the young guys to believe in what they're doing and to make that belief turn into actual win. When those other teams start coming at them harder than they have in the regular season, and then you got to play them back to back to back, it becomes a different type of game. It gets way more mental in the playoff situation. That's what makes the playoffs just a different, type of. It's a different type of situation than the regular season. That playoff situation is we got to win this series, or we going home, and our season is over. Hopes are dashed. So everybody, the intensity goes up. Everybody's patience goes down, and the desire to win for the champions becomes unsurmountable. So that's what I'm looking forward to. We got the play-in tomorrow. I believe it's I don't even want to get the Lion. So yeah, whoever TNT has, I think TNT's got the. Damn it. I'm pretty sure they got the Eastern play-in, and then ESPN has the Western play-in. I'm gonna check it out real quick and let y'all know what exactly it is. But either way, we got postseason basketball coming up, and it's about to go down. So here we are. It is 7:17 a.m. on this beautiful April 11th Monday morning. I'm gonna just sign off unceremoniously because I am tired. I just got off work. This is the I Just Got Off Work show on WETF. I am your host, CB, aka the Rude Educator. You can hit me up on Instagram. You can hit me up on Twitter. You can send emails to therudeeducator@gmail.com. Hey, like I said, I'll be back sometime this week just to holler at y'all, let you know what's good. In the meantime, be well to one another. Be well to yourself. Self-care is real, so make sure that you taking care of yourself to the